Here we go then. Molotov thrown towards the squeaky door position, deny any sort of CT access. We're going to have Voxic here up and towards that heaven position. Chris J, lovely work with the USP. He is very good with that weapon. The bomb goes down. It's not a disastrous position for it to be in. It has to be recovered, but it has bought Mousesports some time to reposition here. And was that a shadow spotted by Rops towards up top? Yeah, it was. He actually saw them there. I'm not sure whether he processed that information, but here's Carrigan now overwhelmed and taken down.
So just two remaining Rops and Frozen, the young stars, the fraggers. They've already got one, Bubsky, but Frozen's gone. He's traded out by Roy immediately after, and Rops, he couldn't hit the shots. Acor got time to put the bomb down and turn back.
Towards Secret, we'll see what he's got in mind. Acor's not slowing down at all, it seems. He's going to be going straight through these flames, trying to open things up. There's lots of flashes, lots of confusion here. The trade should be coming through, but it's Carrigan and Frozen remaining ice cold towards the upper bomb site, and it's a clean sweep so far. 5-on-1, London with just the CZ here. Not really much he can do with it, hoping just to get a cheeky frag in the corner, but Ops has found him, should be able to take him down, no problem, running through the flames. And for that tactic,
that would have been out toward the big garage, but it's not going to be anyone else peeking from the lockers. They will elevate one player into the heavens. Carrigan's already gone, so is Frozen, so they better hope Heaven pays off. Voxic only with one kill so far, aggressive on the AWP. Shut down immediately, and it's now 4-on-2. And Mad Lions, unwilling to relinquish the lead, will take one back. Acor is even ready for the fact that Chris is lurking around outside and is completely unaware that he's at that angle, so a clean deagle shot. AK at range, just trying to keep that off away from the T side, but this is decent. Again, 3, now 4 rounds. We're not even to the half of the half. I know that sounds weird. A quarter of the game. It's starting to add up already.
It's a big round. Very impressive seeing some map or smoke it out. Go for a pre-fire sometimes. Voxic gets his vision removed early on into the round. They've gone quickly towards the main entrance as well. Nice shot. But still, they're going to commit. Frozen more than ready for it. Looks like the round is done.
Yeah.
And nice fast pacing from Mad Lions. They're changing things up. Shush at this point just trying to cause some financial damage, but Voxic's not going to miss that shot. Nice work from him. 4-4.
Or Op T side already up on top of Red Crate. As a result, they Molotov off of the secret stairs, and that's a smart play to make because that means no one can counter peek him and he can focus toward lockers, toward Heaven. Meanwhile, though, it's all the action on top of the site, on the floor, as Frozen finds 2 again. Take that back, he's got 1. Voxic supports it, but Shush is going to try and run him down, catch him off. He's done that easily, but it's traded by Rops, and he was the last alive, so that concludes the round.
Right down. Does he go towards ramp? Does he come secret? What kind of information can he gather? And Chris J trying to adjust now. Pushes towards outside. Carrigan will find Shush in the process, and still a 4-on-4.
Carrigan caught completely. He wanted to try and beat them to their play, to try and get towards secret before they could and capitalize, but he's caught off. Acor reads it. Whether he read it or checked it, either way he gets the kill. It's the man advantage again to Mad Lions, so the timeout yielding success so far. And Roy's not going to go downstairs, he's going to go back. Good push from Frozen. He knew that if they lost downstairs as well, they need to get something back, and they don't have the information whether they've committed or not. So by going through to lobby, not only does it level the score, but it reveals they are still on the upper sites. AWP, though, for Acor, this is a good position for it to be in. Frozen walks directly into the crosshair, no chance. Nope, it's a Ward radio. He's aggressive to try and hold this with an AK. He knows the utility's gone behind him, and that means they're going in. He finds all 3. AK CT side. You can see the potency the headshots have. Remember, the M4 doesn't do that, so having an AK on the defensive side of things makes it much easier to hold those angles and be
ramp
aggressive.
especially, because that's a position you're normally isolated alone and you're just playing for information. You have to drop off through an M4 dink, but you can stay and fight with the AK. That's cool.
And you could push up and spray like that, because usually you're going to catch them off there in that situation and go for a spray, but you might only get 1 or 2. With the AK, he gets 3 headshots. That was clean.
Yeah, that was real nice. Well, looks like we might be all said and done here. Perhaps not. Roy does catch Voxic out of position. Same story for Chris J as well. They could actually transition this. They're going to throw a Molotov in towards the bend. It forces one of them out. Is that Carrigan? It must be with the Orc.
Wow, Roy.
How has this happened, Matt? It was a 2-on-1. It looked like we were just about to call a save. Let's just see what they can do. Hold on to the AKs. All of a sudden, 3 kills out of nowhere. And it goes down, not even to a 1-on-1. Hunden closes the round out.
The reverse side so that he's not pinched. And left with little to work with. Nades a little bit early from Frozen. They're both going to back off. They're both going to change positions, and that's because the Molotovs came through the skylight. Up above is Chris J. Manages to reset his aim. That was close, because aiming straight down is a tricky thing to do. Obviously, you get blocked in that sense with your aim, and he had to reset. His mouse would have been very low on the desk at that point in time. Acor's left with 2 to find. AWP, but he's going to get flanked. And Mousesports take back control and win the half. So deny your
already.
Chance shot for Voxic or not. He knows they're lurking on the backside of that smoke, but Kerrigan, meanwhile, has Bubsky upstairs. That's the late lurk and the only activity they've seen on that port of the map. So watch for the rotations to get down below. They've got to be a little bit careful about doing it because so far they're a bit slow. They still have a player toward the lockers. Interesting hesitation from Mad Lions. Inside Secret, there's no one else to watch outside, so they're even considering the fact that someone could have snuck around the big garage and gotten in behind them, but never checked, never a problem, it turns out. Meanwhile, the Molotov will send one CT scurrying, and they'll get the noise cue as a result. So Rops goes deep inside of the site. He'll play the orange box. Decontamination door to his right. He'll hear that open, but probably won't peek it. That'll be Frozen above that will do so because he has the coverage, but he has to be aware of control room. Frozen's going to check it early. Door open, flash in. But he's seen the Molotov from the window, so he has to control this angle. Needs to be aware. They sneak through the smoke. He had the right anticipation, but no kill as a result. Tough to rotate the aim when looking straight up as well, as Rops only gets one, but Shush trades off of him. They're only down a man. Bomb planted. You can actually give the advantage slightly to them in the fact that they've smoked off decontamination. If they find the kill at ramp, they certainly could control that round because they could fall back and use that as coverage. Peek accordingly. Hunden has that chance now, but Kerrigan was already inside of the site.
Felt like there was a chance there. Aim down in that position. Naded it out. And heading towards ramp as well. Did anyone make it down? No, they did not.
Don't forget on GG.bet, you can use the code HEART-BEAT. They'll give you a 200% increase on your first bet. Whether that's the semifinals today, the finals tomorrow, you take the pick. This game's still anyone's. This series is anyone's as a result of it. Rops to find Hunden. Brings us back to a 4-on-4. Bubsky going to open that door. I was surprised that was good use of sound. He knew exactly where to aim to catch off Voxic to not give him a chance to turn, and he goes better than that. He finds Rops coming into his own. Yesterday, he didn't step up enough, in my opinion, Bubsky, but you mentioned him as a highlight player. Today, he's looking more like it.
Absolutely. That was a very brazen approach towards the double doors. It actually makes it work with clinical aim there, and Roy, I should say, will be finding us a 3-on-1 situation. Bubsky to close things out there. What a round from him. This area itself. It's a variation of the outside approach here. And you can see Roy, no stranger to it. Gets a flash from his teammate. Quick kill, falls back, uses the smoke to his advantage, and that HE should be able to nail a kill. Not quite aware of it, but 2 scout shots landing now.
Kerrigan, man, he's been battered by the scouts so far in this half. Second round in a row, he's going to get tagged down to a prime position for a pistol to take him down. He's only on 28 HP. Hunden's going to wrap back down through the control stairs. Voxic has been found. Shush will add to the kill total for Mad Lions, and it is a slaughter. They get the bomb in position, but they need tight. Acor to watch toward the top of the silo. Roy down beneath. Frozen reads it. Smoke in position. He's able to swing. No one to respond. Acor's position is a lovely one, but can't do anything about that.
He seemed baited out as well, knowing the Shadow was going to force some sort of preemptive shots there. Gave himself a guaranteed frag. And
it's
now
not often people are aware of their own Shadow, but
yeah,
again, it's a problem with the game. You don't see your own Shadow, but it is such a huge factor.
Yeah, it is a bit of an issue with the game, unfortunately. Chris J will be bringing things into massive Mousesports' favor, and just Bubsky on the side now. If he can find a couple of kills with backup from Shush, there could be a chance. I'm not sure they'll be aware of the play on the bomb side floor, but Chris J will check it. That confirms the round at this point. 30 seconds remaining, doesn't even matter. Final kill comes through, and
5 Kriegs is a pretty powerful combination, if you call it a combination. Already lost one. Acor's got Kerrigan down. And with that single kill, he's going to be dynamic. So they have options for the AWP at this point in time. He's already been spotted outside. Talked about utility and how that can certainly render him useless in that position. So instead, he can go to heaven, or he can go over toward the ramp, and that'll allow a rotation to go back the other way for a rifle. That's exactly what Roy does instead. And if they swing toward the main entrance, he'll be in prime position on that M4. Acor, bit of a tricky position to be in with an AWP. Not the headshot angle, gives him more to fire at, and he can backpedal and fall into the ramp for safety. Granted, his feet aren't spotted first. Bubsky. He didn't hit him. Molotov's on top. He's got to get out of there. He's not burned this. He's trying to go for a 1 and then trade himself at that point in time. It works. He at least gets dropped down before he perishes. That gives his defensive core a bit more of a chance. And as a result, Roy's able to swing back out and find Frozen.
I like that a lot. The commitment to the Flames has given them a winnable scenario here, but this is the kill that really counts. Oh, wow. Great shot from Shush here. Should be able to close things out. Not quite. Well, there it is. It's going to be Roy with the incendiary.
By choice. Voxic gets around behind Red Crate. He'll hold toward the big garage. No activity yet, but there is on the ground. Caught out. Frozen actually ducks under Roy. I thought he had a perfect position to get that kill.
Yeah, a little bit overwhelmed there. Lots of footsteps and lots of headshots. Frozen gets his second of the round. And Shush going down. This could be very difficult to recover now. 5-on-3 against Mousesports, who have got 1 minute 20 on the clock. I guess the one positive you can look towards here is that Mousesports don't have many grenades, but they keep finding kill after kill. We haven't really seen him as secret so much yet. Akor's going to be heading at least towards the ramp. The fact he smokes suggests he will go secret right now, so that's a nice change of pace. And the opening pick for Voxic, though, he goes towards Squeaky Door, just nails it. It's pressure now towards Akor to really commit towards secret and go for a pick here. We'll see whether he wants to do it, making his way around the steps. Oh, brutal. Frozen just looks so good today.
Ops, that's easy pickings. Or it was. He knew he went up the ladder. The problem is he's got to go up and get out himself without being spotted. If he gets turned on at that point, he's dead. He's defenseless, but it works. He gets Shush. Now he has access to the upper sight and vision above, but it's Akor that remains. And Mousesports back-to-back rounds. In the last 4, Frozen even getting the kill, no AWP saved.
From Mad Lions and very fast approach from Voxic. He knows he can hit any shot out here, and his teammate feeling the same. That's Carrigan dropping down from main entrance, finds Hunden quickly. He continues that pace towards the heaven position as well. Wants to make them uncomfortable as possible. Bubsky pulls one back. And Roy keeping them in the round here. They actually have the man advantage now. Can they hold on to it? Maybe not with this position from Carrigan.
Nate'll soften up the CT in the garage, not quite. Didn't even do any damage to Roy. Just got him behind him. I think he was around the box enough. Akor's going to go ahead and take care of Carrigan in the meantime, though. Due diligence to make sure his teammate survives, and Chris J is left in a 1-on-4. HP for Roy and Bubsky, certainly achievable, but Shush and Akor remain with 100 each, and he's just missed the opportunity to catch a player lurking across the doorway inside of Squeaky, although he does hear it. Tries to respond to the noise. Remember, there's no window. I almost think his muscle memory and his reaction was to try and look at the window in the hut, but there is no window there anymore, so it's impossible to see. It still does manage to get the kill. They're not going to overreact on the CT side as a result of that. They've got the bomb sites, or at least the access to them, covered off, so Chris just buying his time, really, and looking to try and do damage to the money.
Well, I don't think he had much of a chance because Shush is in a great position here just to close things out. Denies everything. That's a big round for Mad Lions. They followed this one with
direction, though. No feet stomping toward the vents, so there's no panic as of yet for the CTs. They are ready for the hut entrance, though. In fact, they actually lured them over toward the doorway and looked to the right. Carrigan gets flashed in. It's a decent entrance, but a good hold from Hunden to find 2. We talked about his frag potential. Doesn't matter how many he has, it's how important the ones he does get are, and those 2 are big. Molotov to hold off Heaven, and he's forced out Hunden down below, so they've got control of the site, Mouse.
Not the best Molotov, actually. It's landed too deep, so they still have some control in that area. Flashbang coming through. This is big now. That kill has to come in for Shush, which it does, but Frozen, he hasn't missed many today, and that is the mission as he deploys smokes already towards outside. Carrigan sets his teammates up with the flashbangs here. Akor needs to hit a great shot, which he does. Chris J removed. Can't get the second. Nice straight from Carrigan.
Spray control from Rops, successful. Roy did the same onto Carrigan, however. Bubsky's going to try and beat them down below, but he's already late. 3-on-3. If he gets a kill, however, in the window, things change, but traded out as Voxic nails the headshot in return. Yeah. And Roy knows what's next. He needs to get this kill on Voxic, and he cannot. Otherwise, this series might be over. It's Hunden versus 2.
Yeah, Hunden with no kits. An HE grenade in a flash. I think we might be done here. He's got 25 seconds on the clock. Takes a bullet to the face, luckily through the wall, won't go down straight away, and now a desperate grenade. Doesn't do any damage. 20 seconds remaining. He's got nothing to work with at all, and that's going to be a nice comeback from Mousesports.